All right, just my quick reaction, immediate reaction to the Lomachenko fight. Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. Okay, let's just get into a fourth round knockout. A 100% Loma, right? Totally healthy, completely dangerous. Okay, this is what it looks like when you have a 100% Loma, you know, with the shoulder surgery and all that good stuff. So, you know, we finally got to see it. So now let me just start out by saying this. Okay, look, I grew up in and or around a boxing gym. Okay, I've watched devastating knockouts, broken noses, broken angles, you know, eyes split, cut open, you know, teeth being knocked out. But this was just a brutal, vicious annihilation, okay? Like a systematic beatdown, okay? And truthfully, kind of hard to watch, you know, kind of hard to watch. And, you know, and like I said, I've seen it all. But this was, to me, was just more brutal than anything I think I've ever seen. You know, if you really know what you're watching. So, you know, in the fight, man, it was just like a statement to anyone brave enough to step in the ring with this dude. I mean, this is a statement. You know, he just put his flag in the middle of the ring and said, okay, you know, like, I'll take anyone, you know, who wants it, right? Who wants it? Okay, the first thing I noticed about Loma, he had like a different look in his eyes. Okay, he usually seems like professional, you know, focused, almost like a baseball player, right? But tonight or today, he had that killer look in his eye, right? You know, and Crolla gets hit with that right hook, falls face first into the canvas. You know, kind of reminded me of like a Manny Pacquiao Marquez knockout, kinda, right? And by the way, I think it was like 58 seconds into round 4, so technically, you know, it was about 3.5 rounds, okay? And the first round, round 1, was like a feel-out round. So, you know, he really just broke them down in about two rounds, you know, when you really look at, you know, count the minutes. We're talking 6-7 minutes, completely destroyed this dude. So, unified, a WBO, WBA lightweight champion of the world, okay? Just a scary knockout, face first like a dead man that got shot by a sniper. Okay, fell like a sack of potatoes. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not praising, you know, this type of knockout, but it's a part of boxing. If you can't handle it, you shouldn't watch boxing, because this can happen on any day, any night, anywhere, and it happens all the time, right? They call it the hurt business for a reason. So anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Okay, I'm just rattling things off from the top of my head here. So they asked Lomachenko after the fight, who do you want next? He says, Mikey Garcia. You know, I want to stay at 135 and, you know, unified title. So, hey, you know, I have no problem with that. And remember, okay, this was Loma's mandatory because his previous opponent was injured and had to back out. I'm talking about Comey. He was injured, so Crolla stepped in to take his place. Okay, just so you guys know. I'm sure you already know. But, and we can backtrack for a minute. You know, Loma, okay, that's Salido. Look, anytime I talk about Lomachenko, you know, I always want to bring up that that Orlando Salido loss, okay? You know, but I kind of like that he had that loss, you know, because I don't know, it showed that he can, you know, come back from adversity. You know, he can pick himself up, regroup, and get back in there and you know, do his thing. So, and remember, he's been knocked down before. So, like I said, we've seen him overcome adversity. Okay, and it's not like he's in the ring fighting a bunch of bums, you know, a bunch of cherry picks. So, at 135, I'm rushing through. At 135, you have Richard Comey for the WBA, IBF, and WBO, okay, titles. And remember, we also have Lopez, okay? And I bring him up for a reason. Okay, we have Lopez. So, and he was in a little bit of hot water in his last fight for being disrespectful to his opponent after the knockout. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. The dude does like the backflips and all that shit. You know, I don't know if I like him yet. I kind of cocky, kind of arrogant. I don't know. He just seems a little bit arrogant, but whatever. We'll see how things turn out with him. He's young, dumb, whatever. We'll see. Okay, I also want to mention the problem I see with Mikey Garcia and Loma. You know, that's just like, I mean, if you're a boxing fan, you should already know this, but the problem with Mikey Garcia and Loma is Bob Arum, okay, Top Rank. Mikey Garcia doesn't want anything to do with Top Rank whatsoever, so I don't see that fight happening unless the money is right. You know, they can find some kind of happy middle ground, but I doubt it. You know, it's unfortunate, but I don't think we're going to get that fight, okay? And and you never know, what in the hell Mikey Garcia is going to do. He could vacate, move up, I mean, we might see Mikey Garcia move up to like light middleweight and fight Sergey Kovalev next. I mean, who the hell knows with that dude, right? So, and let's talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, the elephant in the room. I don't even want to look at that picture. I don't even want to look at that picture. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tank Davis, okay? Now, is he a hype job? Is he a hype job? I don't know. I mean, don't get offended. Is he a hype job? And look, let me shift gears. Why is it certain channels act like Tank Davis is better than Loma, but Davis can barely mention Loma's name without looking terrified, okay? And since we're on that subject, none of these channels give Loma his due credit, but they will damn sure use this knockout as clickbait. In fact, they're already doing it. So, I don't know. They don't want to support fighters like Loma, but they have no problem making money off his name and his highlights, okay? So once again, another prime example of channels leeching, blood-sucking, leeching off boxing and or boxers. Now, not a Tank Davis hater, okay? I understand fighters aren't afraid to fight, but it seems to me like this dude is a little bit scared. I mean, look, I just see it like maybe not scared, like maybe he knows he's not ready, okay? There's a difference in being scared and, hey, I'm not ready. And Tank Davis even said that about a year ago. He said, he doesn't feel like he's ready for Lomachenko. But none of these channels will ever admit that. So, here's the main question. Where does Loma go from here? I mean, we can't fault him for, wanting to unify titles or become undisputed, in his division, but it's almost a given, right? It's almost a given, but to me, like, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I always say, look, these guys need to clean out their division, and unify titles and, become the undisputed champion and then move up, move on. But, I don't know. I want to see him take on bigger, better challenges, maybe a catchweight, maybe jump up to 140. I don't know, because I feel like right now it's just the inevitable. We already know what's going to happen. Loma's going to capture all the belts. He's going to, stand in that ring and, a year down the road, year and a half with all the belts draped over him. And then what's going to happen, or I mean, I don't see Loma getting old overnight. I know he's getting up there in his 30s, but I don't see him getting old overnight, so, yeah, I mean, I would like, I'd go ahead and clean out the division, but I'd like to see him end his career, taking tough fights, you know what I mean? Like taking the really tough fights. I'm talking about moving up, to, like I said, catch weights, whatever, 140, just pick your poison, people, pick your poison. I don't care. So, but look, pound for pound, maybe, I don't know. We can talk about it. I have a certain criteria for pound, and we can talk about that later, but he's definitely my top 3, definitely. But I'll probably make a video just talking about my pound for pound list and where I have Loma and why I have Loma placed where I have him placed. So anyway, what do you guys think about the fight? It's actually on YouTube. Just Google or YouTube, you can find it on there. Channels have it everywhere, the entire fight in its entirety. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm really excited because, Loma is back. But although I heard he broke his hand, but then I heard he didn't break his hand, so I don't want to spread rumors right now. So we'll see. And we've already seen Loma fight with a broken hand before. Who was he fighting? Who was that? I can see is Martinez. Was it Martinez? I believe he had the broken. Anyway, we know Loma can fight with a broken hand. He's that damn good. The dude can fight with literally one hand tied behind his back. But hopefully he didn't break his hand because he just got the shoulder thing cleared up. And I want to see a clean, healthy Loma, moving into the future. So what do you guys think? Leave it below.